Hi, it's Julie at Great Golf Solutions. In today's video lesson, we're going to talk about ball position. So what I want to do is I want to take what you've learned with alignment in the previous video and take it one step further and add in ball position. When you go out and either you're practicing or out on the golf course, where you place the ball in the middle of your stance is really going to enhance the club that you're using. So if you're using a lofted club, you don't need to place the ball off your forward foot, or in this case being right-handed, off your left foot, to get more loft, because there's already quite a bit of loft in the club. So what I want to show you and give you an understanding of is when your clubs, based on the club you use, your ball position will change in your stance and in your setup. What I have here is I have my driver, my 7-iron, and my pitching wedge. Now my pitching wedge is the shortest of the three, and it also has the most loft. So with this club, because it already has a good bit of loft, I'm going to play the ball in the middle of my stance. So as I set up and I take my stance, I've now added in another white line for ball position, and when I'm out on the practice range, this is going to help me get a feel for what it's going to be like out on the golf course. So as I take my pitching wedge, or you could also, I'd say like 9-iron and a sand wedge, you can play in the same position. I'm going to make sure that in my stance, the ball position is in the middle. And because this has loft, this angle here on the club face, I will be able to still hit the ball up in the air. If I were to play the ball off the inside of my left foot with this club, because of the length of the club, and I'm always going to play I'm going to feel like the club is an extension of my spine, or the middle part of my body. So as you can see with my pitching wedge, where my apex of my swing, the bottom part of my swing, would be back here, so this would not be a good ball position for me with my wedge. I want to play it off the middle of my stance, and so at the apex, the bottom of my swing, I'm hitting the golf ball, and the loft of the club is getting it up in the air. Now with my 7-iron, I'm going to start gradually moving it forward off my left heel. And so I'm going to play this probably, I'm going to take the half part and maybe cut it in half again, and then as you can see with the length of the club and the apex of my swing, the bottom part of my swing, I'm still making great contact with the ball. There's still a little bit of loft in the club, so I'm able to get the ball up in the air. Now with my driver, I'll step back. With my driver, because my driver only has 9.5 degrees of loft, so it's a lot longer and a lot less loft, I'm going to definitely start moving it up and play it off the inside of my left heel. And as you can see, as I set up to the ball, it's an extension of the middle part of my body, my spine. So if I were to swing and this ball was on a tee, at the apex of my swing, the bottom part of my swing, I would be making contact with the ball. If I played this club with the length off the middle part of my stance, the ball position would be behind my intended setup. So as you can see, ball position is going to be dictated by the length of your club and the loft of your club. Start out playing your more lofted clubs and the shorter clubs off the middle of your stance, and as you lengthen the club and the loft gets less, you're going to gradually move it up off the inside of your left heel. What I also want to remind you is you don't ever want to play the ball further than the inside of your left heel. So I've seen some people, they would get out there and maybe they would play the ball off their toe, and then they get so out of position that they can't actually hit a good shot. So ball position, go ahead and when you're out on the practice tee, you can put clubs down for this. This is going to help you feel, as you take your stance and your setup, where the ball needs to be in your stance, and then you can take that out onto the golf course and be a better, more consistent golfer. With that being said, let's move on to the next lesson.